So, welcome to our yet-to-be-named comic book project. How are you doing today, Og?
Trying to digest what you just said.
Welcome back. We're going to continue talking about various comic book things, games, and so on.
Not just comic books, though, my friend.
And games. And occasionally...
Wait, yeah, you did say comic books and games, didn't you?
Fuck. So, today, we're going to dive right into the hate.
Already?
Oh, yeah.
What are you hating on this week, Mike?
I am hating on George Lucas this week.
He is a scum.
He is a fucking talentless hack.
He's tons of scum.
Tons of scum. Anyway, so the main thing would be about maybe a couple months ago, Dark Horse came out with their swan song, which would be The Star Wars. So it would be a comic book adaptation of George Lucas's original script of the Star Wars.
Yes, not to be confused with Star Wars.
Yeah, no, not The Star Wars. Should not be confused with Star Wars.
This guy's fucking hack.
Indeed. And I mean, like, the main thing is though, like when you actually read through it, it's an 8-issue run. It actually isn't that bad in and of itself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it isn't the best story ever, but it isn't a complete. This isn't like a complete wreck.
Is Luke Skywalker dying it?
There is no Luke Skywalker. Is there Luke Skywalker? See, that's the thing. No, everyone's renamed. Everyone's renamed. I think there's a Luke Starkiller.
That's awesome last name.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
So I mean,
Obi-Wan Obi lost?
No, there is no Obi-Wan Kenobi. There is Han Solo, who's like this big green alien dude, who's less of a smuggler and more of just like
Big green alien dude?
Yeah, that's really the best way to describe him.
So he's like a wannabe Hulk.
Yeah, kind of. So really, the story itself isn't that bad. It's mediocre. It isn't the best.
Mm-hmm.
However, I couldn't really enjoy it because of two things. One would be being aware of the actual Star Wars series 4, 5, 6,
Mm-hmm.
which are pretty good, pretty standard. And then also being aware of Star Wars prequels 1, 2, 3, which are terrible. Absolutely, hands down, terrible.
They're filth.
They're complete filth. And so, even on top of that, there's also... everyone should watch it. It's really, really good. It's Mr. Plinkett Reviews Star Wars.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say everyone should watch Star Wars. I'm going to lose my shit.
No, you should actually watch Mr. Plinkett Reviews Star Wars Episode 1, 2, and 3. Go to Red Letter Media on YouTube. It's absolutely hilarious. He literally, it's a review of the movie that lost longer than the movie and is way more entertaining than the movie. So, right there, go ahead and watch it. So, being aware of that, and that's I think what the downside of this comic is, that not only is the comic book in and of itself, which is okay, mediocre, not the best thing ever. I'm pretty sure if it gave it to someone in 1975 before Star Wars was released, they would read it and go, it was good. Mediocre, not the best thing in the world, but still interesting, cool ideas going on there, cool characters, and so on. A little weirdly paced, but whatever. But since there's Star Wars, do you want a napkin?
No.
You sure?
Just cuts it out.
So the problem with this is that
It's Star Wars.
Yeah, no, not even that. It's the comic book in and of
White
itself.
people in space. Okay, fine. The comic book in itself.
Okay, comic book in itself isn't that bad. You then have Star Wars on top of it, which is good. You can compare the two. You can see characters, you can see names, you can see ship designs, and so on. It's interesting to compare the two. But then you have the prequels. And when you watch the prequels and then look at this, you see a lot of similarities in way of structuring, pacing, kind of incoherentness here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Plinkett's review on top of that. And all those four things kind of compounding on each other make it not a good experience to read. For me, personally. It was interesting to read. I kind of enjoyed it just for the nostalgia of it and just for the interest of it.
You pass that series on to me and you're like, yo, read it.
Yeah, read it, because it's interesting to read. With
Yo,
all the
when
other
I
stuff...
suggest a comic to somebody, like, you know how I told you read that comic, it's usually a good comic. I don't tell people to read shit.
I know, but that's the problem. It isn't shit. It's okay. No, it's decent. It's a decent comic book.
Yeah.
It isn't the best thing in the world. You're not going to be enlightened by it. But for me personally, it, with everything on top of it, in summation, didn't make it like the best. I wasn't super into it because I was kind of aware of what's going on in the prequels, and you can see similar stuff going on in that story. So, in the end, George Lucas is a hack writer. He just is, unfortunately. I mean, if you want, go watch Howard the Duck.
Go watch Howard the Duck. Did George Lucas write that?
He did a fucking movie for it.
You're fucking kidding me.
No, I'm not.
Jesus
And
Christ.
I'm pretty sure he did. I may be completely wrong here, so everyone flame me
We should
for
have
it.
a new segment called Things That Should Not Be Known.
Yeah, we should have that. We should throw it at some point.
Because that was legit. That was something I didn't want to know right there.
Yeah. Anyway, so
Anyways,
he isn't a good writer, and the thing is, like, Star Wars is good. This isn't that bad, but it really, when you compare it to the prequels, it really emphasizes that no, George Lucas just doesn't know how to write anything.
you pointed at Horus Heresy. Horus Rising, to be specific.
No, I pointed at the book. It's right there.
I don't think that's where you pointed a second ago.
Whatever. Anyway, so
Can you show what the fucking cover looks like?
it's so black and dark, and I don't know if they'll even actually be able to see it.
Black and dark. With no colored people whatsoever in that black and
Well,
dark.
there's green. Well, wait. No, on this side, there's a green person.
Yeah, I love green people since they exist somewhere around here.
Yeah. Anyway, I mean, really, in the end, I do recommend it to read, especially if you're a Star Wars fan, just to have an idea of where it eventually came from.
I'm not a
Just
Star
to get
Wars fan.
I know.
You recommended it to me.
Yes. Fuck you, Walk. Anyway,
Are you trying to assassinate me, Mike?
no, I'm not trying to assassinate. I'm just trying to assassinate your character, yes, but not you personally.
What is dead can never die, my friend.
Anyway, that's my general review of it. I mean, really, in the end, if you want to pick it up and read it. It's an interesting read-through if you're interested in Star Wars, seeing where ideas develop from. But there's been too much stuff going on in the Star Wars universe in terms of stories that have come out that really, it kind of ruins the experience in a way, because you kind of know the hackness and why it's the hackness and so on. So really, fuck you, George Lucas, for ruining your own work. That's really it. Fuck you, George Lucas.
You and Grant Morrison should go fuck each other.
No, that implies some level of love, and I don't want either of them to experience it.
They can come up with a comic called Starversity Final Crisis.
God damn it. Okay, Hawk. Your turn. What are you hating on this week?
Star Wars.
Okay, cool.
Times I gotta tell you, turn your fucking phone off, man.
I'm sorry.
It's ridiculous.
Where is it? There we go. Okay.
Just flipped over my pack of cigarettes.
I know, I can't even find my phone. I don't know where the fuck it is. I know it's on.
The rude son of a bitch isn't even gonna turn off his phone.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Oh my god, man, you're gonna break your phone, bro.
Fuck my phone. It's making noise during the podcast.
Stupid ass fucking phone.
Okay, so you're hating on Star Wars.
I'm hating on all of it.
Okay, go for it. Why?
Because I fucking hate Star Wars. What do you mean, why? Let's do some math. Basic math.
Okay, cool.
So in 2014, you got like, what, a billion fucking Indians and a billion Chinese people. Where the fuck did they go in Star Wars?
The planet's not looked at by the Star Wars universe?
Mhm.
So the question is in your mind, where do the minorities go? And my answer is I have no
You're
clue.
gonna be able to cut that? We're not gonna have to say that question again. I'll tell you where they fucking went. Not in Star Wars. They went to Star Trek universe. And they didn't make it all there. 3 of them did. I'm serious, man.
No, I know. That's the thing.
I'm serious. Oh, what's the matter? Fucking colored people on the show. Blah, blah. What's the matter? What's the matter? What's the matter? What's the matter? What's it not matter, man? It's not that hard to have a colored person. You have a job at a fucking hut, big ass fat slug. How the fuck can you not have a colored person? Other than a drug dealer.
Yeah, Lando Calrissian.
Yeah. Oh, Mace Windu is in it. That's funny. Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, Emperor Palpatine, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Every other fucking piece of shit with a name and a line in that goddamn fucking movie, with the exception of Lando Calrissian, Mace Windu, and Jango Fett, is a honky ass motherfucker.
It's true. It's very legitimate. It's pretty much for white people. It's a white people thing. I mean, no, I mean, that's completely. I mean, really, what is it like when they're trying to market films to like black people don't really watch Star Wars that much, which is fun
in
in itself.
2014, black people, white people, Chinese people. If you live in North America, we all watching the same shit anyway.
No, pretty much. I mean, like the new movies are coming out soon, so hopefully they will switch that
Have
up.
like 3 more black people? That's awesome. Like, it's not just about blacks. Like, that's what you're fucking failing to understand here. It's not blacks. It's like, realistically speaking, where did all the fucking colored people go? I don't even care if they're on the show. I don't care if they have fucking lines. But show me a bazaar with, like, an Indian dude. Show me things still are fucking normal.
Yeah.
So, some douchebag will be able to put those races right there. I don't give a fuck.
No.
Fuck Star Wars, bro. That's just one. That's the tip of the iceberg. I could probably fill up another fucking hour and a half of what I don't like about Star Wars.
I think that's for next time.
No,
or special. Special.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna leave it like this. If you want your child to join the fucking Hitler youth camp there, the Nazi youth or whatever the fuck they're called, the shit the fucking goddamn Pope's up on, let them watch Star Wars. Okay, on to the love.
Okay, the love.
Well, fuck, who's starting to love?
I'm starting to love.
Then fucking love something.
Okay, so I'm gonna love on also Star Wars would be the new role-playing game from Fantasy Flight Game. Not new.
This isn't a Star Wars episode, buds.
I know it's not a Star Wars episode.
Come
We talked
on.
about yoga for like, what, 5 minutes?
Just-
Clearly not Star Wars. So,
you sound a little bit resentful for that.
I did enjoy watching you chew on the back end of a fork to make it into a spoon. Not gonna lie.
I call it the splork. But don't they have one of those already? What's that? Fork, knife, and spoon?
Spork.
Yeah, I call this the splork. Originally, fucking cocksuckers.
So I'm gonna love on. This will be Fantasy Flight's semi-new. It's been out for what, a year now? A year and a couple months.
Less
really?
than a year, I think, but less than a year. The Edge of the Rebellion?
Yeah, so there's going to be 3 books in the series, each one focusing on a different aspect of the Star Wars universe. This will be the original 3 movies, 4, 5, 6, not prequels, not newquels, whatever the hell they're going to make them into.
Yeah, so if you're thinking of playing a colored person, don't fucking even try it.
So
you can be white.
Or an alien.
Or Jabba the Hutt, yeah.
Not.
Or Jango Fett's
But
fucking
not white.
clone, but not white. Or no, not black, not colored, man.
No, he's...
If I wanted to be fucking from Brazil, I couldn't be. I think this is no Earth anyway, so that's kind of a legitimate statement.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, so the series is broken into 3 books. So you're going to get Star Wars, Edge of the Empire, Star Wars, Age Rebellion, and Star Wars Force of Destiny. So really focus on smugglers and thieves in the universe, the Rebellion versus the Empire. Then lastly, a book completely focused on Jedi and the Force. So the one thing I really like about this game would be the dice mechanics. I completely love
You
it.
like the dice?
I love the dice. I love the concept of having,
Really?
yeah, instead of beating a numerical value, like, oh, you had to roll above a 16 or whatever, it's the cancellation. So what you do is you roll a certain number of dice. Some contain good symbols, some contain bad symbols. They cancel out. Whatever you get in the end, you get it. So
Well, what is it? Advantages, disadvantages, and then failures and successes.
and then triumphs and despairs.
Despairs.
And so the idea is that each one of those symbols will result in a story element. So really, the game, like, that's the one thing about the game. It's not like your standard Dungeons and Dragons or, like, you know, high fantasy role playing. It's extremely improv. It's extremely story driven.
More for the GM though.
Not even no. Because I run through the whole rule book, and really, it's supposed to be a conversation between players and GM. So really, technically, what happens is that when you get the success symbols or any advantage symbols, the players decide how to spend it within reason. The GM can set reason to it. It's not like, I roll an advantage.
We've been doing that.
Yeah, you know. So really, very much.
Except for the combat, the gunplay. Sorry, not to cut you off. The gunplay, those
it's pretty set.
count for crits, right?
That's
how you
stuff like that.
Crit.
You can also spend them on other things as well.
I like how they did that. That was actually kind of cool. Instead of rolling like the highest number possible, it's based on how many crits.
How many extra advantages you get.
Your gun has like a crit threshold. So it's like, for example, if your crit is like 4, you need above 4 successes before you start doing critical damage.
Yeah, exactly. Which is smart. I mean, which works. I mean, it's really nice because you can really play it against almost anything because you don't. The other thing too, the GM doesn't have to think about numbers. All he really has to do is think about, okay, this is kind of hard. Give you this many negative dice, roll it, cancel it out. What do we get? Then we can keep moving the story forward. So. It's good in that respect. Yeah. It's really good if you want to just tell a story, especially in the Star Wars universe, which really the universe itself
doesn't exist.
Yeah, it doesn't exist. But also the storylines kind of lend themselves to kind of outrageous things happening or interesting things happening. I find that rule set very much allows for really good game telling, really good storytelling. Yeah. So it's less like kind of a hard rule set game, like Dungeons and Dragons would be, or something like that, and more towards kind of a fluid storytelling. That's what I like about it primarily. So really, in the end, pick it up, take a look at it, especially if you're in role-playing games, you would enjoy it.
Yeah, I enjoy it, and I fucking hate Star Wars, but that's usually because every Star Wars campaign we play here tends to be extremely violent, ridiculously fucked up, in one way or the other. I stop Star Wars from happening. And I know it's a fake universe, and it will never really happen.
But no, every time we play, when the game we're currently playing, technically Star Wars cannot happen anymore.
Well, it can. It's just a Kessel Run can't happen.
You know, Kessel Run can happen, therefore...
Because Kessel got blown the fuck up.
No, we've done some other stuff, too, that's really kind of fucked with the universe, really.
Yeah?
Yeah, we've done a couple of things. I'm pretty sure Kevin's going to find a way to make things even more interesting.
We ain't done yet.
We're just beginning.
We're just beginning.
Yeah,
I think I'm going to try to start a civil war. We should assassinate the Emperor.
So in the end, I definitely recommend this game, especially if you're into role-playing or Star Wars. Get it. Check out the rules. You're going to like it either way. Like, it isn't a hard, fast, really set to the rules. In fact, I found in the rulebook there's lots of gaps of like to buy certain things or do certain things.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't like the leveling system either. I don't like
really?
that point system.
I like
it's
buying.
Fucking math, man.
Yeah, you didn't do it, so you didn't keep marking things down. That's why you don't like it.
Okay, first off, I gave my XP to other people.
You did.
This is what a real fucking leader does.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, there's certain gaps, and there's certain gaps in it, but however, you can fill those gaps with the rules that are there. Just kind of improvise and roll with it. I mean, really,
it's a really easy system.
It's if you want to improvise and do. It's on the floor. I dropped it, so fuck it.
You fucking didn't drop it from high enough heights.
Okay. So I mean, the rule system is very open to editing, to manipulation, to going really wherever you want to go. The dice system is really open as well. Mm-hmm. So really, in the end, if you want to play a really good game, a really good role-playing game, that's the one I recommend. So right now, Edge of the Empires is out.
Yeah.
Age of Rebellion, so focusing on the Rebellion's out. And Force and Destiny Beta came out a couple weeks ago. It's available on the internet. I managed to snipe a copy. Don't come after me, Fantasy Flight Games, because you can't find me. And next year...
help if you pay me. I can tell you where he lives.
He needs the fucking money, too.
I do need the money.
That actually will be good employment for you. Snitch. And Force Destiny will be out next year, so the entire complete series, and there's a whole bunch of extra companion books always coming out every couple months. So there's a lot of places to go, a lot of things to do in this universe. So it's a really good storytelling game, and that's why I really enjoy it. So that's my recommendation. So I love it, and I can't wait for more stuff about it to come out.
I went from hate to love really fast.
Yeah, now we got to bring it back. So bring it back to love. I know you have a comic picked out to talk about today.
I do. Today I'm going to talk about an Image comic.
Pass it over to me. I'll hold it up for you.
Yeah. This is a pretty cool comic. I picked it up just basically because the art style I thought was fucking awesome. So what you might not be able to see there is the man at the bottom, the boom. He is running with a baby. Okay. Now, do me a favor, go to the back because the edit, the writing, the letter writing.
Whoa, man.
Yeah.
That's
really cool art.
That's pretty sweet art. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't joking. What did they say people are comparing this to?
You talk about it. I'll find it.
Yeah. Anyways, so I think the guy's name is Justin Jordan, who did the writing, and I can't remember the artist's name there, but it's Kyle. I gotta get this guy's name, man. This guy's fucking good.
Kyle
Strahan.
Yeah.
If we're butchering that. Really, really fucking, really crazy art. And then even to the point we should get the guy who did all the colors, man. Normally, I don't even think these dudes get mentioned, but this guy did a phenomenal job with the art style. So Felipe Soberero. Fuck, whatever, man. At least someone's calling out your name, so fuck off. But yeah, actually, don't show him that page just so I can say why I'm hollering at this dude. Like the fucking, it's really cool art. Like, but it depends. Like, if you're more of like I like the captain, or not the captain, but I like the six packs and and just that in general comic art that's been around for so fucking blood clot long. But either or. Okay, so world's fucked as we know it. Main character follows. He doesn't say anything. Doesn't say anything at all. They live in this world, and there's like this zombie virus. It's called the spread. It's like it infests a human body. It's almost like a ringworm, except 80 times more aggressive and 1,000 times more likely to kill you. So, yeah, like it just spreads through people, and it masses itself.
Okay.
So, and then the thing about the spread is like they don't know how to study it because like when one spread meets another spread, they'll like conjoin with each other and make like ultra spread. So main character starts, he's sitting around, he's fucking shit up, he can't be turned. For whatever reason, he can't be turned. But his name is No, and he has pretty much a hatchet as a weapon. And in the first comic, he runs into a spread and fucks it up, and there's a baby there. And then finds out about the baby, like when the baby cries, the tears kill the spread. So now he's like, okay, shit, I got something to go with this. So he carries on, and then the second, though the cover you guys just saw right there, that's the second one. In the second one, they kind of intro a little bit of the surrounding areas. You see one of the main villains, or I don't know if he's gonna get killed off right away, but he seems like a pretty cool villain, like a pretty boy in a post-apocalyptic world, which works because pretty boys in post-apocalyptic world are always funnier. So,
no, it sounds cool.
It's good.
It
I like it.
yeah.
I like it. I wish I could go on further, but like literally, I don't think reviews are my strong point. So.
No, it's fine. No. I mean, I'm looking through it, and the art looks on an artistic level.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's Image, man. Image right now. I swear
it's
to God.
It's on top. I mean, Image. I mean, I was actually thinking about what you were saying the other day, like hack writers in DC.
Yeah.
And Marvel, like really, in the end, it's fairly. I mean, there's a couple bright spots here and there, but for the most part, many of the storylines.
Many of the stories are fucking ridiculous.
I mean, also the other thing on top of that too is you got to keep in mind is that the current run right now, especially in Marvel, is that they're always hammering out new events. Like,
I think that's all they care about.
I mean,
someone told them that, like, when we get an event, we sell. So, like, let's run 4 events. Like, right now, they're going to be...
They're really
talking about it the other week, too.
Yeah, we know. They're literally piggybacking, what was it? What's the one that just ended?
Which one?
The I one.
Original Sin. Original Sin actually wasn't that bad. I would have very much enjoyed that if there was nothing else coming out of it instantly.
Yeah.
But all the changes in the Marvel Universe are popping out of the Original Sin.
But that's the thing. But the thing that happens is that when you have Original Sin, now we're backing onto the next one, Axis. What happening is that you're having so many it's almost like you keep reformatting the universe so many times.
Yeah, there's no time to digest.
Yeah, but the other thing too is that the writers trying to do their own story arcs never can get started because you're always just doing something else, throwing another element in. You can't really get these. I mean, almost, like sometimes you want to blame the writers, but also the situation they're in. Like if you don't have if you have kind of like not the best writer in the world, running into a situation where you always have to keep throwing in this other stuff and keep changing your storyline, or you're not going to get a good result. I mean, it's almost like the ones that are good are the ones who are kind of staying away from that stuff. Like almost like the good series are the ones aren't being hit all the time, except for Deadpool, because Deadpool's the most versatile character in existence.
Yeah, Deadpool's good.
Yeah, he's pretty sweet. Okay, so for the final segment, we're not going to do wild cards this week. We're going to do a rotation.
Yep.
First week is going to be wild cards. The second week is going to be a segment where we look what we're looking forward to.
Into the future.
Into the future is what we're calling it. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. So, still put down wild card questions down in the comments, and we will put them in the cards and do the shuffle next week. So, what are you looking forward to? What do you see into the future?
Well, along the same vines in, I don't even know if you can say it like that. Was that right there?
Sure, why not?
Is that impressive to white people? Along the vine of...
Yeah, sure. I feel impressed.
Anyways, so right after Original Sin, Marvel's dropping it's almost like 3 major events, all in the span of one day. It's kind of stupid. It's irritating to me. But they're dropping the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Then there's a whole Death of Wolverine shit.
Yeah.
But the I don't even want to say the underdog here because I don't think it is, but the one with the side characters, I guess. I'm not saying Red Skull's a side character, but Axis. Red Skull's back after Avengers vs. X-Men. If you guys remember that tragedy. Well, it was like a 12-part series of fucking filth, but the last 3 or 4 of that 12-part series were pretty fucking good.
Okay, I remember reading a couple of them being, oh, cool, this guy versus this guy wins. It's almost like Street Fighter where everyone's moving up a ladder. So
yeah. Geez.
So yeah, it's almost like I was saying before, it's almost like everything's being jammed in together. There's some good stuff coming out of it though. I mean, one thing I'm interested in seeing how they play it will be the superior Iron Man. So the idea of Axis that everyone's getting flipped around their kind of positions more or less.
Oh, fuck, we didn't even fully explain though. We just jumped right there.
Oh, okay, go for it.
We just made a major jump right there. Fucking Christ, these distractions, man. We're hack. We might have... Anyway,
Axis. So, You know more about it than I do.
Yeah, I do, and this is my fucking segment right now, you son of a bitch. Hopefully we can pan the camera down a little bit more so we can show the world you stepping on my toes. Yo, buddy, when you're dancing, don't step on toes. Not that we're dancing together.
No.
Not that there's anything wrong with two dudes dancing with each other.
No.
Anyway, so at the end of Avengers vs. X-Men, essentially speaking, Cyclops kills Charles Xavier. Fucking spoiler alert. If you don't know about that, then what the fuck are you like? Get out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here! Fucking spoiler alert, my ass. Punk ass. It happened a while ago. Anyways, so they bury his ass. I thought this was really fucking hilarious because Red Skull comes through and just jacks fucking Xavier's brain. So it's like. It's like even a deactivated nuke has certain precautions that they gotta take, man. I would assume with people like fucking Charles Xavier, when he dies, someone's gonna be watching that corpse.
Or burn it.
Or burn it,
or whatever. I mean, that sounds like the smart thing to do. You have a brain that can essentially destroy the universe with right technology. Just maybe hit it with a hammer.
Yeah.
Crush it in his...
Do whatever.
Crush his skull in with like a hammer before you throw him in the hole, you know?
Yeah. So then he gets a hidey hole. He goes to Genosha. Starts putting together all his fucking crew back together, like Arvid Wenzel and a bunch of other fucking people, like I think like Goldface Girl. And either way, he gets all these supervillains together, and now apparently they're ready to emerge. And in the storyline that's been going through Uncanny Avengers, Loki, the Agent of Asgard. And I can't remember what the other titles were, but there's a couple other Avenger titles. So it's been accumulating for a while now. So I'm not saying this shouldn't have been the event to drop, but like they should have just at least taken their time. Maybe killed Wolverine a couple of months ago, or whatever, or don't kill him at all because it's fucking really insignificant. Like I don't think killing somebody in the Marvel universe means anything.
It doesn't.
So it's like, wow, congratulations, he's dead. Until enough people send you hate mail to bring him back, like this. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, essentially speaking, the way it looks like it right now is Axis takes it'll take somebody and reverse, or not reverse, but it will flip side them.
Okay.
Do like a complete 180 there. So like, really good guy turns into a really bad guy, or a really lazy guy turns into a really excited guy, etc., etc., etc. So apparently they're gonna be doing that with a bunch of fucking superheroes. With that being said, with the fallout of the original sin, I don't know if they're gonna have any of the fallout of the original sin in there. Like that's the problem again with these fucking storylines.
They're too close together. You can't really play. I mean, like.
Well, it was like okay, so Avengers vs. X-Men when that finished, like half of the X-Men who were possessed by the Phoenix Force. They just fucked off, and like literally, I think you had like a comic or two where like Shield was trying to follow them or anything like that. But like for the most part, the main people they were fighting against literally went their separate ways. Like Avengers never went after them, never tried to bring them back to justice or anything like that. Okay. So there's very little follow up I find in these mega series. Like at least with DC, there's a little bit of a follow up because for the Forever Evil series. And at DC, I kind of like what they're doing. Like, they sort of grouped, they have, like, the families.
Yeah, the groupings,
Yeah, so, like, they'll have, like, the Superman family, the Bat family.
Green Lantern.
The Green Lantern family, and then just the Dark family, where it's, like, Frankenstein, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., Constantine, Phantom Stranger, Pandora, all that. Yeah. So what they do is, like, if there's an event, they'll run the event through that family series.
Yeah, so only a certain unit of the DC universe has it. Everyone else is isolated, more or less.
Yeah, exactly. Now they'll still make references to them in other comics based on like because you have Teen Titans, you have people who are like part of the Super family, part of the Bat family. Yeah. So, but nonetheless, like I like that because it gives you the reader the onus to decide what storyline he's going to go into. It doesn't just automatically take a comic you're reading. Yeah, exactly. Like, with no build up whatsoever to it. So I kind of like how they're doing that. But from Forever Evil, they kind of like ousted Dick Grayson there. They let the world know that Nightwing was Dick Grayson, and so Batman and Dick Grayson forged like they feigned his death, and then now Grayson's trying to figure out some shit for some stuff that's happening in the DC world. I know that sounds really. But nonetheless, all I'm trying to say is like from that event, there was like a direct ramification of it, and there's a direct consequence of it. Like, Original Sin, I think the only thing that's really coming out of it, if you wanted to read it, is like, it looks to me the reason why Captain America stops being Captain America, and maybe what's going on with Axis is another reason why it happens. It definitely looks like the start of the end of Thor.
Okay.
As we know. Me and someone else, I'm not going to mention the name, they were discussing the possibility of possibly Odin dying and Thor taking his place, and then, so that means someone needs to take Thor's place, right?
Oh, okay, cool.
But we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So, but as it stands right now, Axis, the only thing that I'm looking forward to Axis is the main characters revolving around the storyline aren't your average typical dudes. It's not Iron Man, it's not Captain America, it's none of those fucktards. It's apparently supposed to be heavily revolving around Magneto.
Okay.
And Loki, Agent of Thor, and then like Doctor Doom and those type of dudes. So.
It would be interesting seeing them flip sided doing some stuff. I mean, you always see him as kind of the stock villain.
Well, like Magneto hasn't been a villain.
Oh no, yeah, we were saying, but also, but the other guys. I mean, it'd be interesting seeing those characters always.
Neither has Loki. Loki's been on some weird ass shit. So Loki's kind of been like. Yeah, it's anyone who's reading Loki right now can tell you, like, it's something happened to him at the end of Siege, I believe it was, and I never read Siege, so I can't really discuss it too much in detail. But essentially speaking, that happens. So nonetheless, check it out. And then cross your fingers and hope Axis is actually have these. Red Skull's hilarious. I like Red Skull, so I think Red Skull's one of the funnier villains. So.
Well, and then the other thing for me, I'm looking to see at the end of Axis what they do with Superior Iron Man.
Yeah.
Another set. Either it's going to be really good, because I mean, Tony Stark isn't in his root an interesting character. Sometimes you can play him off really wrong, but if done right, you can play him off really well.
Yeah, you can play him off really well.
It depends what they do with him. It could go really, really well and be really interesting to see how he is kind of squirrely, or like completely like perfect, not an asshole, but like a really perfect individual. But he may go over. Like I want to see what they do. It could be really, really good, or just another piece of schlock. Like they kick out every now and then at the end of any one of these any one of these mega events, some schlock comes out. This could be one of it, or it could be something that's kind of interesting because Superior Spider-Man was good. Let's hope maybe Superior Iron Man will be just as good. So we'll see how that turns out.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, that's it for this week, I guess.
Yeah, there we go. So I just want to thank you guys very much for watching. Like I said before, put down your wild card questions down below in the comments, or anything else you want to tell us, like, you hate it, or you thought Awk was funny.
Always funny.
Or what does that flag mean?
It's not a Brazil flag.
Not a Brazil flag, so try to guess it right.
I'm pretty sure if you're watching this, you know what that flag is.
Yeah, pretty much.
Unless we got like
somehow
100,000 hits.
Yeah,
if we get 100,000 hits, then I guarantee you 80% of the people who are watching this don't know what that fucking flag is. They'll all say they're fans of the series when they speak about it.
But not really. No. Only once every 4 years. Anyway, so thank you guys very much for watching, and we'll see you next time, whatever we decide to call this thing. So, bye.
Dokimasu!